there's a very big mistake being done by some NDC leaders. One must see the NDC party no have some. We would have thought that maybe winning elections and some of these things will never happen. But they seem they're having a troubles no bankers. What from me alpha, put them on from Kuska. She really knows since I could be near Chawajin or comment section.
Mo aye Kenya. Say ye po bi a sabe abusua sembisi. Ana say abusua ho bi ka na ye pese ye kɔ no hokɔji ska. Usually it is the person who has been given custodian of the lands and the everything that the family has. Pepato so what you say? Enu ti se bibisi a esese de anka ye de ade no kese na hye ne nsa no e na esanko oyi ano. But you have NDC telling you that even though they have ruled Ghana than any other political party, they are the only political party that has been able to produce 3 presidents for us. No political party in Ghana has produced 3 presidents. They had Rawlings, they had J.E. Mills, and they had John Dramani Mahama. 3. And they have the power in their hands for all these while. But isn't it shameful, say your Pagana glory days are, we shouldn't come to the NDC. It's when we are looking for Niama Papa, Ababua Ghana, a transform Ghana, we should not call NDC. Because almost, and I mean almost, every social intervention has been championed by the MPP. Unim dia ya wo ho. NDC na ya party ya friend no Social Democrats. But on and Social Democrat Collins simply means to say yene ya dwene ehia for den ho. It took America until Obama came, they didn't have a health system that benefited everybody. When Obama brought the Affordable Care Act, that is when they started having what we call Obamacare, like they like to say it. And as much as they have tried to trash the Obamacare, they cannot cancel it. When Excellency Trump was on the debate, and they asked him, "You've been bastardizing Obamacare since I had the buy. What is your plan?" And he was honest.
This same question said, Ibisa or Edisia, that what is your plan now? They will not be able to answer. And we all know. And it is not because of that I'm saying, it's because of the comment that we see on the internet. It is actually very worrying to NDC's forces here.
They do nothing with it. Now, it serves MPP right. Let me come there, just for a little bit. It serves MPP right because MPP is the only political party that, because of Onuankasa internet, or better to the Amanitan for some family kuno in TB that. MPP does that. They do that.
Now, about the internal issue no recognizes here now. Let me just play this particular side to you just before Ebako. Deborah Bayer, it will kind of like make the story a bit complete.
Go to this coalition center. Since when did we end there? And the stupid NDC has forgotten that a time will come, that table will turn. When the MPP was in power, I mean, some of them, you call them, they don't even pick up. Today, we are in opposition. And so would you be. But at the end of the day, Ube ruling, what impact did you leave? Now, NDC people are telling us that, now, 5,000 men. Now, every time you see say EC so baby, order them to go to where the EC is. And they forget and say, yes, maybe today it is benefiting the NDC. But tomorrow it would not. And I know these NDC people. Sometimes when I talk, and you say, come on, I have friends who are NDCs. The correct ones. But you see, this is their nature. Me pato, Constitution currently, Constitution, when they were in power, the Constitution was good. Did you ever see them complain about Constitution? The moment they came outside of power and they were now being used, the same Constitution was being used for NDC. Yam Pene, Sadia, Yam Fa Oliver Nitriso, and a Sakwas Yampa for Ralph Nomono, Yamom, we read the Tramon, no Moncasa, we want a constitutional overthrow. Stupid political party. You have a child, your constitution. No matter how bad it is, It has kept us for all these over 34 years. And then because of maybe just a little 4 years in opposition, you incite youth to overthrow the same baby, the same constitution you ruled the country with. Are you normal? You are not normal. Are you a human? Maybe, but one with no feelings. Where is the patriotism? To the point where you're MP. When you are an MP, you are not an MP for NDC. Because the area where you at, the people there are the people you represent. So aside from you making laws, you represent the people. So when you go there and tell me, say, you would rather do NDC agenda, to the point where the other day, I was listening to the majority leader, Afenomakin, and I was so sad, say, NDC has a political committee in their party, and whatever their people in parliament do must be approved by the political party. Send this for the core now one political we committee in the case even if it will help Ghana, the people in the parliament have to go and say no. And that is what they did. Na sebi and yes what's a betting tax in yet meboa into oba ube ye free ho. I said the own says how you free unya revenue at the bedding, would be rule your mind into no. Oh, said I bet you on us. Now I'm saying, can you a tram of phone back on was a jubilee house or no? Mama, so a banu and child side, Mr. There are tram of phone back because hey, and one nobody did you. Betting tax and one year did and I will say, obey you betting tax now then, every ho. Mikacho said this man has been handed the cheapest election ever because he didn't sell no message. On only 24 hours, he couldn't. He's always breeding people that will cause chaos. And that is why the question is, did we vote for chaos and hooliganism? Because that is what they're showing. Spearheaded by John Dramani Mahama. Don't see him as a peaceful guy. He's a very dangerous guy. In 2020, he went and signed the peace pact. Didn't he sign? He signed. But till date, he was not able to congratulate Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo till date. But on the Ninia Baobia or Pegan a year no passing 20 or consider man no I na funo. Oh yes, Mahama sem na making. Why na funo so be a John this no Gina ho any ayane de wa fe ne se or be a press conference. But a koye di nua bi ne de na nya John Mahama de. Such a demonic guy, the Assemblies of God, Akatan who did deep on it, and people are going after it. I say, Mahama is an alternative. Said the concrase, for catching crass for say, yeah, be ye, oh, be she a fua, sabe, Baumia Bejo, and we see a tax. And we see a tax. I wouldn't even professor the whole can you throw, now so just to get vote. Now, there, Yana say. Back to my first thing. Ominya votes na dia no mode. They do nothing with it. Now, nini na no it serves MPP right. Let me come there. Just for a little bit. It serves MPP right because MPP is the only political party that because of onuankasa ni internet no or better to the amanetamfo so fambo ni nkuno. Inti be that. MPP does that. They do that. What idea be an card bebuano? Boy, we crown on kind now really on fire. Talono croc or in that, you see. But you see, when I came here in March, I told you something about NDC and we all laughed. But it is true. Senior, if an NDC man steals 30 pesos, obe making sure say, obe check 30 pesos, no obi a eden, obi anya biadi. Eti ye bodu ya ekonomi ni nara. And tokwa so a ye ni na abekwa akokon. But yeah, MPP before no, been no be nim fe. Oh me, oh bibia be okay. Scanish a ho, no they are share in the baby. Utie, na my Armstrong. Na say ade na bu abonu a walu so awie no, na say do omu puska na bre oh, kona koka samai wa, kona koye we mayen. We keep killing our own self. Because no government did the work Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo did. It is never true. Me mo be another. Ejuma na na do me say NDC for no kra ende. Onyame aya adom omo beba power no. Fa omo a record from 2017. Did you hear them talk about economy? 2016, their message was what? Nation builder, infrastructure king. Then we came to see, said, most of the projects they were ghost projects. But that's what you say. So now they could, in 2020, they could no longer use the economy, and neither could they use the infrastructure king. Because at that time, NPP has launched what they call the delivery tracker. So now we could see what has been done and what hasn't been done. And that is why it exposed them. So if you watch, the only message NDC carried into the 2020 election was nepotism. That is all they did. Show me one message. There was nothing. And again, this absolute power, I'm telling everybody who is watching me this afternoon and say, this is not the first time they have been given the power. The issue is, what do they do with the power when they get it? I can say some of them. Under Jerry John Rawlings, he had power, but we were in the worst economic shape ever. To the point where we were HIPIC. You understand? We have to join the HIPIC initiative for our debts to be forgiven. Because he came from military to become a civilian. And throughout those 19 years, Ghana didn't rise to nothing. Until the gentleman called President Kufuor came on board. And we started hearing Ghana's name climbing up economically. Before Kufuor was leaving, a price of cement at that time was 8 cedi. Okay? 8 cedi. When Mahama was leaving office, it was 35 if you are in the city, and then 34 and 32 if you are in the outer lands. But today they are telling us that after 8 years, it is 95 cedis, and therefore they've never heard that before. They don't even talk about baby and free. Amona and them and climb baby draw. And I tell you, it is only 20%. Any economist person in NDC, I'm ready to even debate Adongo and all of them and ask them, say, apart from 2022, all the shocks our country came bare. Every indicator that was going negative, they managed to bring it to positive. So NDC should show us when something was negative and they were able to bring it to positive. None. They want the power. But what the power no more? What do they do with it? Just recently, see how they were talking about Nkrumah this, Nkrumah that. And that day I wept. Yeah, I was in Canada and I wept because I was looking at it like, Tobo as you. Nkrumah na ni legacy ni na no. Mo NDC for na beton ye no. And then the Nkrumah ye mu hero. Kano.
TV Ghana, Matoda na Master.